Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, Rinpoche.
Good morning,
And
Rinpoche.
perhaps Tashidele Lama Sona, Tashidele. So as I said, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and perhaps some young boys and girls, who knows. Anyway, I hope everyone has gone forward through this holiday season, which still has one more main event to occur, which we call the New Year. And supposedly there are certain astrological events occurring in, at least in our portion of this galaxy and solar system, the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. Hopefully it will bring about some change that will be experienced, embraced by all of us, which it will, and at some level, one way or another. In the same way, those things that have been occurring within our universe has affected us at a global level, both at a fortuitous and a difficult, challenging manner. And probably there are those who have embraced it with indifference. I don't want to be definitely in this last one of indifference, because I can tell you for myself, dealing with the challenging circumstances and dynamics has been a blessing of sort when one looks at it in that respect. So as I was just thinking this morning, merely to share with you, perhaps in a stream of consciousness of thoughts that were coming forth. But before we go too far, again, a late Merry Christmas to all, and the day of awakening, the day of arrival, we could say. And sometimes we think of Christmas both as a religious and secular event. But really, it is a global event for the most part, and how we look at this time period. And we know we've seen many slogans and sayings that says the time of giving and the time of joy should not be regulated to just one short period of time in the calendar. But every day should be one of peace and joyousness and compassion and love and happiness and giving. And not going to some, if I was living in Manhattan, when I lived in Manhattan, or lived in Brooklyn, we say, let's go downtown and watch the lights in all the stores at that time. Macy's was quite big, etc. And you would buy some gift to give to someone. Perhaps the greatest gift that you could have given, and I hope and I'm sure that you did, was the one of thoughtfulness, of loving kindness and compassion. That you gave the gift of joyousness. And they gave the gift of wishing others to have peace and happiness and health in their lives at the present and in this coming year and all their lives to come. This is my wish for all of you, is that may that be the case. May you be endowed and showered like the stars falling through space with loving kindness, compassion, and grace. And may you look deep within your own heart, and whatever difficulties or hostilities or grievances or disturbances, that they become like mist and fly away. And truly, as we begin our journey through the universe, through our solar system and around the sun again, that really it is an awakening and an arrival of a new vision. May we see things and perceive things in a new way. And we talk about the evolution of consciousness. May that consciousness truly be elevated to its highest aspect, or perhaps may we recognize that it is already elevated, that it is already a great expanse, in which we have only been existing in a small quadrant. Perhaps now is the time of awakening that we can permeate the vastness of space. Take a breath in, please. And in the hands truly of equanimity and rest, with the body aligned, the breath aligned, and the mind aligned, for a few moments, rest. And gently breathing out. So, reading this morning, Jigme Kinsey, or I should say, Kimpo Jigme Punsak, which some years back actually came to me in a dream. And then I had the good fortune of meeting one of his principal heart disciples and receiving teachings and his and blessings from him. But he was saying, just sitting in meditation with your eyes closed and a smile upon your face is good, but it will never take us to that enlightened place. That we do have to have the three aspects of study, or study, then contemplation, then practice, and as Amakazi would say, integration. How do we bring Dharma practice into our everydayness? That it is not just doing the prostrations and doing the recitations and visualizations and making offerings and incense and and lighting of lamps. That those things are only the outer symbolic representation of truly that which lies within. We must offer our body, our speech, and our mind, and our knowledge and wisdom, our heart and spirit, for the benefit of all sentient beings, but not forgetting ourselves. That if we don't start in our own field and prepare it properly, then what can grow, from what fruits can come forward that we now can offer to others? If we do the opposite of that, the fruit may come, but the inside will be bitter. It is better to engage in the proper study and the contemplation and the practice and integration so that the fruit comes to its fullness of sweet. And when that is offered and eat, it will bring benefit to those who ingest, who let the syrup maybe run down their mouth and right across and clean their hands with the blessings of all of that that have gone before. I hope it's like that. Take a breath in for a moment and just rest on your seat. Probably this early morning, we have already been running around, if not physically moving about on our feet. That in our mind, we have already been racing from place to place, looking at our watch, myself included, thinking, what time must I come to my seat? When I come to my seat, am I truly present? Have I rested? And have I awakened that which lies within for the benefit of all sentient beings? If we have done that, then we can truly begin. So as I said, as I have sort of started down this particular journey, thinking this morning, brushing the teeth and looking into the mirror and saying, you better get on with your dream, whatever it may be. I thought of Lama Kazi and reading so much. It's a very interesting time, don't you think? That the Dharma is once again flourishing. we see it everywhere now. So many sayings, so many events that are occurring that has come out of this challenging times, which is not to say it was there not before. It was. It just was not necessarily brought forward with such proliferation. But even when we read these various texts and sayings of great masters, it sometimes strikes me that perhaps people might think we should run away and shun the samsaric existence. But then I think about being with Lama Rinpoche and how he encouraged us, even in its great difficulty and its illusion and its emptiness, embrace life with joyousness. He would say, you can barely remember last week. You can't even remember the most important event that occurred, our birth. And we fear the next most important event that will occur, our death. We don't know our birth. We don't remember. And we cannot foresee our death. So what do we have in between is this life. Why should we degrade it or shun it or run away? Recognize it for what it is, as it is, and embrace. So it was said, look at how we can appreciate this existence. So thinking about that this morning, there are some people who did not wake up. They, in the middle of the night, breathed out, and the breath did not come again, and they did not breathe in. Some other misfortune or tragedy befell them. Something was taken away and not given. Their families suffered, their children suffered, and they themselves passed away. If you're looking and hearing my feeble voice, then rejoice, because you are here. Your senses intact. You have, as I can see, the drinking of liquids and the eating of food, which you may have done, the wearing of clothes and being in the heated house, having water, food, light, etc. So why not would you rejoice? Sometimes even I myself read so many things and I have to stop. We all understand, yes, the intrinsic illusion, the emptiness of this existence in which we should not cling, should not hold on to and let go. But it may be mistaken that we would think that we should not rejoice in the life that is before. Namakazi would say, embrace and enjoy without clinging. So that statement of not to change, not to alter, not to grasp, not to cling, and not to fixate. It doesn't mean to negate. Embrace the illusion and embrace the phantom ghost. But know it will disappear, that it is not the true host. So think about this morning again as I was brushing my teeth. Remember, I said this is merely the stream of consciousness, the thoughts that come from me. How fortunate I am to be able to see, to brush my teeth and stand upon my feet. And then I thought about those others who could not do and who could not accomplish that feat. Therefore, I should rejoice. And I smiled, and I did. And I remembered you always have a choice. What choices have you made this day already? As you arose from your bed and put your feet upon the floor, was that not a blessing? Because some, it did not go before. They did not pull back the covers and put their feet upon the floor. But you did. So therefore, I heard Lama Kazi say, rejoice. In this short period of time, you have breathed in and breathed out. In this short period of time, there are others. It is without. So maybe as we start this new journey around the sun, you will remember every day to rejoice and not shun. Good, bad, or indifferent, look to see the blessings within. And as the short phrase said, we have already been blessed We arose this day to begin. Take a breath in, please. Now, breathe out and rest. And as you breathe in and breathe out, as I said to myself, practicing yesterday, to breathe in the joyous peace, to breathe out joyous peace. Master Thich Nhat Hanh, peace in every breath and peace in every step. Rest. And again, just breathing out. And from whatever merit or benefit or good that has arisen from this brief moment, you give away. So maybe just to lay out what is the order of the day with the time we have left so it doesn't get away. Longadriftatva, we will begin. And as we begin, our obscurations, our hindrances, our defilements, negative karmic action of the past and the present, disease born of the mind, our hopes and fears, imagine to be liberated from them, they wash away. I saw a phrase that the collective karma of the last 27 years, something to do with the conjunction of the planets coming together so near, would be eradicated or dissolved away if we could fashion our hearts and minds in a unity and never stray. I would hope it's like that for you, that at this very moment, it is liberated and you are pure. Pure like the snow falling from the sky. And when it hits the ground, as I said to you before, watching it from my eye, it falls through the sky or through the space with a certain purity and grace. Landing upon a leaf or a stone, it just fades away. I will think like this in my mind. And may all that has transversed over the last, who knows, eons of existence, may we be liberated this moment, this very day. So starting with Long Vajrasattva, we'll go through that. Then normally just as we do, then we will do today, Guru Rinpoche Day was the 24th. And Sojong, I believe, is on Tuesday. So tomorrow we will focus on Sojong. Today we will do the modified practice of Guru Rinpoche. Everything is said to be contained in the essence of Guru Rinpoche. I don't know about you, but there are many occasions where I constantly say, I have no one else to turn to. I only look to you, Guru Rinpoche. You are my refuge, my savior, my protector. You are the one whom I hold your hand. Please pull me up. Take me along. Remove me from this samsaric can. And more often than not, straight away, I am relieved, elevated, and all that I have gathered and conceived falls away like a mist. And in that moment, I am free. You try and see if it doesn't work that way for you, perhaps. Then after we do Guru Rinpoche practice, then we'll do Vajrakaliya. Vajrakaliya to begin to remove the impurities, the obscurations and hindrances and defilements, etc., that lie within. And as a result of them lying within, they manifest without, not just affecting others, not just affecting ourselves, but also affecting others. So today, think as I engage in this practice, I keep nothing for myself. I give everything away. I give it to all the sentient beings. In fact, you can be like one of Santa's little elves. My mind winds up and goes like a spring. Again, remember, part of it is to entertain, that you don't have to always be so serious. We're all so serious. Life is short. Bam. You realize I didn't laugh enough. I didn't dream enough. I didn't play enough. Did I achieve enough? And did I really support myself and others enough? I hope in this coming year that we can do those things for those that may be far and those that may be near. This is my wish to you, my thoughts coming, as I said, just stream of conscious, like William James or James Joyce, the writers who, their thoughts just come, but they make so much sense. Whether I make sense to you or not, I don't know. But whatever I am saying, if you understand, you already know. Take a breath in again. Breathe out. Rinpoche would say short glimpses many times. Short glimpses of what? The unity of clarity and emptiness, or emptiness and clarity. Short glimpses and direct experience of just being present and at peace in the moment. We are so riding on a disturbing waves in a little dinghy boat. No peace. Our hope dashed on the rocks. But in this way, if we just rest and we recognize there are no rocks, there is no sea, there is no boat, there is no me. Easy words to say, but can you experience them directly this day? I hope so, and not just this day, but throughout the rest of whatever our existence might be. In this life and all lives to come, may we travel that way. Once again, take a breath in, breathing out, and perhaps you have the prayer for pacifying the fears of disease. That title is quite informing, I think. Pacifying the fear of disease. Now, granted, maybe there has been some miraculous event where that particular disease that befell that moment dissipated as a result of close circumstances and conditions that were employed by those in the immediacy. But if we don't pacify our fears, then we are driven by fear, driven by hope, driven by indifference. But the moment we let go of our fears, we let go of this constant hope. I've said to myself, hoping this will happen and fearing that it won't. Hoping that it won't happen and fearing it will. The arm of the vice is tightened and I am squeezed and left without will. Release from the bondage, let go. Then I also had the thought, we relish and enjoy pain and pleasure. No, not pleasure, suffering. We relish in suffering. Again and again, we create the circumstances where we're going to suffer, thinking it's going to bring about pleasure. And when something actually comes that is pleasurable, we run away. We fear that, but we hope for that. So again, as Dr. Urgyen Rinpoche said on many occasions, let go of hope and fear. What does he really mean? To not be caught in the turbulence of that sea. Let go. What if you could let go all of your hope, let go all of your fear at this very moment and engage in the joyousness of being present in this moment of existence upon your seat? Breathe that in and breathe that out. What would others not give to have a moment of peace How many times have you may have said or heard your friend state, if I could only have a moment of peace, a moment to be by myself. You have had that, and we have that. So therefore rejoice. So we have practice of Guru Rinpoche, we have practice of Vajrakalaya, and then we'll do the prayer for pacifying the fears of disease, and the same as we normally do. But even to say the same as we normally do, and every time we practice, it should never be the same as we do. Always new, a fresh beginning. That we're constantly setting the proper motivation and the proper intention for practice. Brushing my teeth and hearing the dripping of the shower. Turned it off, but I didn't. And I thought, may my practice be like that drop of water falling onto the floor of the shower. And if the drain was stopped up, then the bottom of the shower would fill. Then I thought, may our practice be like that. Single drops of water into a bucket over a period of time will fill it up. May it be like that for all of us. Take a breath in, please, again. Breathe out and just rest. And think about, again, the other thought, gratitude. The rocks of gratitude. To be grateful. I was reading a text by Gyaltsen Rinpoche, and he said, leave this incessant place of degradation. Leave your possessions behind, and even let go of all of your possessions and those that you are attached to. Find a quiet seat in the mountains or the woods. Renounce attachment and practice if you would. So then I thought, I do live in the woods, but so bound by so many things, I must listen to his words and let go and practice. So it doesn't mean that physically necessarily we have to do that. But in your heart, in your mind, let go. This moment, practice for this next hour and a half. Just let everything go. Fear, worry, attachment, construct of reaching and grasping, aversion and attachment and indifference. Take a breath in, unimpeded. Breathe out, unobstructed. Again, I think about those who are having difficulty breathing in and difficulty breathing out. They cannot move at this moment. They cannot sit upright. And maybe before the day is over, they will not see the night. Think of those. What are you grateful for? I am grateful I got up this morning. I was able to stand up. You had food this morning. Maybe you had some hot water or some tea, right? Maybe your loved ones came in and said hi to thee. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful I live in the woods in this little small cottage, pretty much recluded. And I'm grateful those who have been so supportive. Almost not quite a year, maybe more. It is near. So what are you grateful for? What are you rejoicing? Think of something. Bring it to mind. And generate that feeling of being grateful. See, doesn't ease your mind. Grateful sun, clouds in the sky. Maybe you rejoiced and was able to spend time with your families, your loved ones, your children, etc. Are you not blessed and grateful for that? So gratefulness and joyousness sometimes are not emphasized enough in practice. It's not all about shunning or negating or running away from life. Again, going back to Lama Kazi, we only have this life that you remember. Maybe all of the ones which we have been told have come and gone, and more to be mourned. But for now, isn't this the most precious moment? Isn't this the most precious life? At least as you get older, you will know. As I talked to another longtime friend, we hold up our fingers and we begin to count the score. And we both said, let's not think about that. We have no idea how many more. Take a breath in again. Rest in your own graciousness, your own joyousness. Rest in the gratitude of being present. And then from that open spatiality, Dorje Samten arises to cleanse and purify all that has gone before, all that is present, and all that is to come. That the time and the space and the teachings, the practitioners and the teachers all embody this purity. Breathe in, breathing out. Visualize just above the line of the eyes, 1 cubit sits Dorje Samten, single or dual. Sadum Sirum Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Badramani Mudavende Bhavana Samaya Sato Adam Badrazatu Samaya Mano Bhavaya Badrazatu Denova Tetu Mevoa Sudo Gaya Mevoa Sudo Gaya Mevoa Anaratu Savazire Mebaya Zara Mamazume Sedum Sirum Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sada Tata Gata Badramani Mudavende Bhavana Samaya Sato Adam Badrazatu Samaya Mano Bhavaya Badrazatu Denova Sudogaya Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Anarata Maboa, Savasiri Mebea, Zara Lamazume, Zetum Sedum Guru, Ha Bhagavan, Savata, the Gata Badramani Muzo and the Boa, Samaya, the Adam Badruza, Samaya, Manovalaya. Baduza Dudenova, Dedubu, Sudogaya Maboa, Zubogaya Maboa, Anarata Maboa, Savasiri Mebea, Zara Lamazume, Zetum Sedum Guru. Oh, Bhagavan, Sava, Tata, Badramani, Muzo, and the Boa, Samaya, Zatua, Zumbadruza, Samaya, Manovalaya, Badruza, Denova, Dedubu, Sudogaya Maboa, Subogaya Maboa, Naratu Maboa, Savasiri Mebea, Zara Lamazume, Zetum Sedum Guru. Oh, Bhagavan, Sava, Tata, Badru. Zibo Mahasama Yosatu Adam Badruza, Samaya, Manovalaya, Badruza, Denova, Gaya, Anaradumaboa, Siri Mebayate Saranamazume, Setum Sirim Guru, Sada Dadaga, the Badruman, Muzaman, the Boa, Mahasama Yoga, the Wadam Badru, Samaya, Manavaya, Dududumaboa, Sudogaya Maboa, Subogaya Maboa, Anaradumaboa, Sawa Siri Mebayate Saranama. The Zumzirum Guru Home, ha 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 ha, Bhagavan, Sawa, Dadaga, the Badruman, the Boa, Mahasama Yoga, Umadruzatu Zamaya, Manobaya, Badruzatu Denova, Didudumaboa, Sudogaya Maboa, Subogaya. Naradumabua, Sawa City, Nebrayata, Zaraga, Mezume, Setum Situm Guru, Om Bhagavan, Sawa, Dadaga, the Badruman, and Muzo, and the Bawa, Mahasamaya, Satua, Badruzatu. Manubalaya, Badruzatu, Denova, Didudumaboa, Sudogaya Maboa, Subogaya Maboa, Naradumabua. Sawa City, Nebrayata, Zaraga, Mezume, Setum Situm Guru. Sada Dada Gada Badrum and Muzo and the Boa Mahasamaya Tatuadam Badruzatu Samaya Manovalaya Badruzatu, the Dudamaboa, Zudogaya Maboa, Zugaya Maboa, Anarata Maboa, Sawa Zedin, Sizum Zidum Guru Hum, ha 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 ha, Bhagavan, Sawa Dada Gada Badrum and Muzo and the Boa Mahasamaya Tatu, Badruzatu Samaya Manovalaya Badruzatu, and Dudumaboa, Zugaya Maboa, Zugaya. Anaradumabua, Zawa Sirim, Prayata Zaragama to the Medicine Sirim Guru, Sada Dada Badrum, and Muzo and the Boama, Samaya, Satu, Badruzatu, Samaya, Manovaya, Badru. The Dudumabua, Sudukaya, Mabua, Subogaya, Mabua, Naradumabua, Zawa Sirim, Prayata Zaragama to the Sirim Sirim Guru, Bhagavan, Zawa Dada Badrum, and Muzo and the Boama. Taduarum Madruzata Samaya Manovada Yabadruzadu Denova de Dumabua, Sudogaya Mabua, Sudogaya Mabua, Anaradum Mabua, Sava Ziri Mebrea to Zara Mazume, Sirim Guru, Sada Gada Badrum and Muzavandeva Mahazamaya Zadua, Badruzatu Zamaya Manovaya, Badruzadu. The Dumabua, Sudogaya Mabua, Sudogaya Mabua, Anaradum Mabua, Sava Ziri Mebrea to Zara. Siddham Siddham Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Badru Mani Muzo Mende Bhava Mahasamaya Satua Badru Zata Samaya Manu Valaya Badru Zatu Denova Diddham Bhava Sudogaya Subogaya Mabhava Naradu Mabhava Sova Siddhi Mebreya Tuzara Lama Tutame Siddham Siddham Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Sada Tata Gata Badru Mani Muzo Mende Bhava Mahasamaya Satua Badru Zata Samaya Manu Baduzadu Denova, the Dudumabua, Sudogaya Mabua, Sudogaya Mabua, Amaradu Mabua, Zawaziri Mebayatu, Amazudume, Zedum Guru, Bhagavan. Sada Dada Gada Badramani Muzo Boa, Ma, Samaya Sadu. Bring your hands into the posture or the gesture of equanimity, resting in your lap. Put your hands in your lap. Left on the bottom, right on the top. Maybe I'm not speaking English to the person in the black coat. Put your hands in your lap. I'm testing to see if we were in the Gonpa, the monitor would come around and express it, impress it upon P. So as you rest, space between your thumbs, let your shoulders relax. Having purified in your body, your speech, your mind, your heart, your spirit, and the space and all the phenomena. Recognize the purity of it. In the essence, all is pure. What we experience as the suffering is only our own fallacy, false identification, ego, perpetrated upon a false illusion to give it reality of identity. Rest your mind. Be simple. A simple, compassionate, joyous existence beyond fabrication. Again, hearing Lama Kazi, teachings are always around us. The revelation of truth. Don't try to be something we're not. Puffed up, showing ourselves like a peacock. Be simple and be humble, free. Breathing out. Now open your eyes. Can't you see? Your idea Dorje Samba Dujine, Doma Nunupa. Inishila Kuba Show. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. So remember I was saying about this drop of water falling from the shower. Again, be like that drop of water into the pail again and again and again. Eventually it will fill without fail. Namo Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo. Je Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo. Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo. Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo. Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo, Lama Lagab Zojo, Sangha Lagab Zojo, Jo Lagab Zojo, Gedan Lagab Zojo. Again, you rest for a moment and really having the thought. And again, as you continue your practice as practitioners, truly taking refuge in Lama, Buddhadharma, Sangha. And that it's easy to do that when you're having wonderful experiences. But when things deem as difficult arise, do you remember your refuge? Do you also remember your motivation and your intent when you say, sentient beings are numberless, I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible, I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless, I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable, I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless, I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible, I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless, I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable, I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless, I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible, I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless, I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable, I vow to embody it. And again, you allow that to sink in. And we follow the ways of those who have allowed it to sink in. The Bodhisattvas. Nanze Nanden Ransan Rube Taji Jojo Senga Zumba Sange Dodan Gedon Babe Zon Gonla Tatsu Tadro Tajesu Rome Garba Zande Dongo Zambe Garba Gita Badamba Gunda Gumba Taje Taba Jen Dogo Tadra Tadra Zanje Zande Nargo Rabe Ba Zeje Jeba Zara Barbate Zunzun Dube Daje Babe Wa Jewa Jeba Gela Jazalo Zamba Junur Baden Doje Zen Zemre Zenwan Gumbo Jambe Ba Zaying Nimbo Jumba Nambasa Namga Nambo Pajor Gundon Uba Doje Barga Bonzon Dono Bora Nare Namayi Zazen Lanam Daje Baje Jo Jamba Zamba Kila Zazalo Rinjen Doje Daje Zoye Nga Donjo Bonzan Bermo Domala Narada Dondam Bonzan Babiru Mido Nanzen Bondo Nurode Rinden Doje Joge Doje Jen Dojo Gewa Jen Yema Juju Jimwa Rinbe Babe We Daje Namo Rila Zazalo Zamba Zamba Donjo Jeme Bu Medon Donan Gambo Bari Mando Numa Medo Zanando Dunde Dunde Gudu Dojo Dunda Dunda Doje Jen Barwa Dundu Dujen Dojen Zaza Nije Gile Daje Jenden Duwa Gila Zaza Nando Dende Jawa Dungo La Genda Duwa Jawa Dunjo Dundum Baba Zendo Nije Du Daje Dele Monzon Zon Jonam Jele Gele Jon Dejo Jede Jebe Zon Gola Gumbo Ganyama Zenjon Jembo Jige Zon Doba Dada Zamba Yi Zange Dodan Gedonda Zenjo Nebo Jige Ba Daba Danega Zuji Zurab Nende Danjebe Zombe Zenje Zondoda Zange Dondo Nege Zombe Zenjo Zenge Do Zeze Naga Nabada Doba Jeze Nego Ba Jeze Doje Nego Ne Doba Debe Zoba So Jonam Jele Gele Jon Jejon Jeze Jebe Zon Ula Gombo Ganye Ba Jejo Jembo Jege Zon Doba Dada Zamba Yi Sange Doda Gedon La Janjo Nebo Jige Ba Daba Dane Gazoji Jirab Nanje Danje Be Zombe Jeze Dondo Sange Dodo Nege Je Zombe Jendo Zunge Do Jeze Nanga Namba Da Doba Jeze Nego Ba Jeze Doje Nego Ne Doba Derga Zawa So Jonam Jele Gede Jo Jejo Jeze Jebe So Gula Gombo Ganye Ba Jendo Jumbo Jege So Doba Daga Zamba Ye Zange Doda Gedona Janjo Nebo Jige Bada Bada Nega Buji Zara Nende Nende Sombe Jende Dondo Da Zange Dondo Nege Sombe Jende Zange Do Jeze Naga Naba Da Dowa Jeze Nego Ba Jeze Doje Nego Ne Dowa Dega Dowa So Jonam Jele Gede Jo Jejo Jeje Jebe So Gula Gumbo Ganyeba Jenjo Jimbo Jige So Doba Dada Zamba Yi Sange Doda Gedon Da Jenjo Nebo Jige Ba Doba Dane Kebu Jizera Neze Danjebe Sombe Jenje Dundu Da Zange Dundu Nege De Sombe Jenjo Zange Do Jeze Nanga Namba Da Doba Jeze Nego Ba Jeze Doje Nego Ne Doba Derga All phenomena arise from their causes. Their causes are explained by the Buddha. Cessation of these causes too are taught thus by the great sage. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the misery and suffering and the causality of suffering, indifference, and prejudice and hatred, ignorance, attachment, and desire in this world through loving kindness and compassion. So I hope when those things do arise, and they will arise, it is just part of phenomenal existence, that you will remember what you said in the same way that the Buddha does. Tapki Junji Zaki Renjun Dun Zogi Munju Dongi Junjun Pa Zogi Lumbo Jewa Jebegu Zaki Galbo Jula Zaza Lo Dayata Omune Mune Mahamune Yesoha 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 Dayata mane mane maha mana yeso. Dayata mane mane maha mana yeso. Dayata mane mane maha mana yeso. Om mane mane maha mana yeso. Mane mane maha mana yeso. Mane mane maha mana yeso. Om mane mane maha mana yeso. Mane mane maha mana yeso. Mane mane maha mana yeso. Receiving the blessings of the Buddha in the form of the four lights from the four places to our four places, occurring for self and others. Then, in the presence of the Buddha, as we have been instructed, we practice the Tonlin, opening of the golden lotus, or the secret of the golden lotus flower, the moon disc cushion, and the crystal Ah, the radiant light of loving kindness and compassion, joyousness and equanimity. Counting the outgoing breath, we begin. Now, in your mind's eye, we can visualize that our intentions have been fulfilled. And as you breathe out, it's as though the Buddha's essence dissolves into the essence of your own mind, which is inseparable. And you rest in the unadorned, unfabricated state. And then as you breathe out, breathing out in the convergence of emptiness and clarity. Lama yeje gedo dedro wa dedo no se to se to wa sho. The ba janye meda da jo wa bonzo zomba ja mene zene yonzo to. Dene zenge demba ye gewa je no do sage garbo do ne do ma nyo ba dene shela gyu ba sho. Urgyen Samten Gyaltsen Joji Guru Ne Bema June Zazura Guru Nando Mambu Gurge Zazu Darugi Jenje Laje Zazu Guru Bema Zidi Om Urgyen Samten Bema Giza Dombula Gyaltsen Joji Guru Ne Bema June Zazura Guru Gando Mambu Gurge Zazu Darugi Jenje Laje Zazu Guru Bema Zidi Mao Jojo Jogi Gengi Sengham Su Jonye Jojo Gyalge Mevega Jojo Dojo Jewa Chenpo Go Namga Sendo Doje Dore Me Lama Joge Gola Suwa De Borgen Bema Jonela Suwa De Dejen Dorje Drumbe Sengham Su Gonzo Nyondo Nyenden Trembege Yeje Gande Jowa Tibe Doji Jedra Neto Tunzodun Lama Loto Chokola Zuwade Borgen Bema Jonela Zuwade Meje Dede Debe Tengam So Doji Jumbo Jowe Tombajan Lamban Gande Dabge Dondo Dedan Majon Dada Tunzongi Lama Dube Gola Zuwade Urgyen Bema Jonela Zuwade Gonjon Dozam Gera Jira Je Bema Gera Nenda Jojurga Jojo Nara Jondo Gazo Gada Lama Nala Zuwade Zembe Zenve Droje Drone Doje Dondo Numbe Doriania Namro Domba Dumbe Dozonge Gode Goge Tobe Nojemba Dreme Ozo Zela Zuwade Sejen Gunje Dola Drise Dreme Ozo Renda Dozo Osa Gunje Namge Najoga Jeme Lembe Zela Zuwade Dozo Gunye Bema Jenegi Zedo Dubo Gozo Gudu Senge Lembe Mendro Gundon Zembe Zela Zuwade Ome Joge Yenge Podanga Tuzo Samge Goje Guru Ranzam Gogo Godo Dunzebe Sowe Lama Nala Sowade Riro Men Jogi Yogi Bodando Dozo Samge Goji Gogongi Ranzem go zo danze ba zo we la me chala zuwa de. Gewa gundu yanda lama dan do me jogi bala lo jo jen. Sada danje ranzo ne zo ne doji jinji go bang lo tu so. Close the left. Change. Nadis. For the speech. Zom a I U re 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 ye u nga kaka kaka nga zaza zaza nga da 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 na da 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 na ba 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 ma ya wa wa sha ga za ra sha o me ta na ma hitu pa ra wa hitu ta ka ta ha yo wa ta ta ken sa yot no ro ha ye wa mi ne ma sa ma na so ha Badra Samaya za Bamo Umritsa Ramani Bava Da Ye Soha Badra Samaya za Mamo Umritsa Ramani Bava Da Ye Soha Lama Geno, Lama Geno, Lama Geno, Lama Geno, Lama Geno. Ze Ranjing Ye Hunle Ozo Jobe Lama Dan Netzo Mebe Lunjen Joge Gambo Lonjon Jon Ze Duje Galio Netzo Wa Mebe Gunamgang Enamga Baza Sama Za Sange dodan zoge zonamla janjo badu dani gabzuji daji zenzo gebe zonamge jola benze zenge joba sho sange dodan zoge zonamla janjo badu dani gabzuji daji zenzo gebe zonamge jola benze zenge joba sho sange dodan zoge zonamla janjo badu dani gabzuji Baji Dundu Gibe Zonam Gijola Benses and Gijola Jo Sange Dona Toge Zonam La Jeju Badu Dani Gaji Daji Dundu Zonam Gijola Benses and Gijola Jo Za Hu Nam Ho Dorje Narana Demba Gu. So now as we do the white stormer, think about all the wonderful things that have occurred for you this year. Maybe someone gave you something. Maybe the universe bestowed a new life form coming into the world through you, or you received some financial help, or your health improved. All those things didn't just happen. Cause and effect, karma, all the good merit coming to fruition, we recognize. Baja Ma Sri Haragavan Dene Toji Chorwa Guru Ram Om Sarva Suto Sarva Dharma Sude Suto No Tonde Dimde Rinpoche Donra Rinpoche Ninyin Getchu with Nando Doma Kato Doro Mumbo Ponzo Zomba Dashen Gaso Chembo Go Oma Om Zoma Om Tume Pate Saparida Rarba Satsamaza Sata Nabate Jete Bada Baja Namo Zavada Tagata by Mishamuku, the Saba, the Magate Sapa, Rana, and the Kamasoha. Namo Zavada Tagata by Mishamuku, the Saba, the Gate Sapa, Rana, and the Kamasoha. Namo Zavada Tagata by Mishamuku, the Saba, Tatamokate Sapa, Rana, and the Kamasoha. The Tata Nane Lado. All the positive energies had been appeased and the trauma was taken out. And they said, oh, thank you. We will always help you. Don't worry. So in the same way that we have benevolent aspect, then we have the opposite too, don't we? But we don't shun them. We don't forget them. We say, oh, we have something for you also. Here, I make this offering to you. Please don't make any more trouble, right? Then this is smoke purifies you. The light gives you a way to see, and we have a little food, which we will make bigger and bigger so everyone, all of you can be appeased. So again, Om Baja Maha Sri Haraga Ho Dene Doji Torua Good Say Ram Yam Say Om Suvarava Suto Sarva Dharma Sude Sudo No Don't be then they Rinpoche Nini Geje with no do Doro Bonzo Sombo Doje Gaso Chambo Oma Home Om Aho Zarabutraga Zaraza Zarabutraga Zaraza Zarabutraga Zaraza Om Saba Bingene Namo Saba Datagata Bayu Mishu Mugude Saba Matakete Sapa Ranam Gorehana Iram Barinda Taye Soha Om Saba Bingene Namo Saba Datagata Bayu Mishu Mugube Saba no de Sapa Rana Iram Gorehana Iram Barinda Taye Soha Om Saba Megane Namo Saba Datagata Bayu Mishu Mugube Saba no de Sapa Rana Iram Graham Gorehana Iram Barinda Taye Soha Senchen Samje Jova Dan Dova Gunda Dova Guji Don't get Dan Dorje Gunda Dova Guji Don't get me pe Damba Dan Midewa Guji Nirin Dan the one and the Zebe Mila Namba Guji Senchen Samje Jova Dan Dova Gunda Dova Guji Don't get Dan Dorje Gunda Dova Guji Don't get me better, but made a walk with it, and the one and the Zimbalan and Baguji. Senjan Jamde to Wadan, the Waguna, the Waguji, don't get down to it. Wanda to Waguji, don't get me better, but made a walk with it, and the one and the Zimbalan and Baguji. And Lama Kazi Rinpoche would say, visualize cloud banks of offerings of all that is most precious throughout the totality of the universe you offer for the benefit of all sentient beings. Sashi Pochi Jojo Mido Drum Rebel and Zenitez and Bagi Zankis and the Middle Boy Togun and those in the Jubasho in a random hundred Aga Medaya Me Sashi Pochi Jojo Mido Drum Rebel and Zenitez and Bagi Zankis and the Middle Boy Togun and the Jubasho Idan Rana Madrula Daya Zaji Koje George Mesogram, Ribbon Zenit Singers in the middle over ye, don't give them no sit that Tuba show. Idan Rana Madrula Daya may now give everything away, including your own body, your own speech, your own mind, your own enlightened quality. You give away. Om Badru Zata Samaya, Mano Kalaya, Badru Zata Genova, Sudogaya Nagoa, Narada Nagoa, Zola, the Himagaya, the Zarana, Sism, Sidam, Guru, Om, Samaya, Zatua, Badru Zata Samaya, Mano Kalaya, Badru Zata Genova, Dedu Nagoa, Sudogaya Nagoa, Sudogaya Nagoa, Andarata Nagoa, Sidam, Guru, Om, Samaya Satu. Okay, so now the main part we go into the Bhadra Samaya Zaza. Sriye Majo Droja Lama Joge Gu Dojo Nojo Lama Joge Je Padon Dorodo Lama Jobegu Unzon Doje Chanla Sowade Urgyen Rinpoche La Sowade Gyaltsen Baje Mejo Shen Dorje Zamba Drupada Trudando Mono Drusa Om Bhadra Guru Dhamma Josensa Bhadra Samaya Zaza. Om So now the deity sits down and offerings are made. Om Bhadra Argam Bhadra Bhupe Dupe Aloge Gande Miwadi Sapta Rupta Japta Gande Rasha Seba She Dharma Data Putsa Kaye. So now therefore I am the deity. For the benefit of all sentient beings, we visualize and recite Om Om Bhaja Guru Padma Siddhi 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 Soma Om Bhaja Guru Padma Siddhi 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 Om Guru Padma Siddhi Soma Om Bhaja Guru Padma Siddhi 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 Soma Om Bhaja Guru Padma Siddhi Toma Om Bhaja Guru Padma Siddhi Soma Om Bhaja Guru Padma Siddhi Om Bhaja Guru Padma Siddhi Soma Om Bhaja Guru Padma Siddhi I have to pause for a moment. I believe this is Diego-san, Lugo, but he sent me a picture of the Portuguese shoreline. The waves coming in are like the blessings of Guru Rinpoche. And the sun in the far distance on the horizon is Guru Rinpoche. So you should visualize, if one understands, either self-generated or frontal-generated is Guru Rinpoche. In social media now, Guru Rinpoche is everywhere, just like it was prophesied. So many manifestations of Guru Rinpoche, like the waves of the sea coming to the shore to benefit all sentient beings, and the brightness rays of the sun resting in the space, illuminating, purifying, and nourishing all that can see. So now we visualize that the main deity, Guru Rinpoche, is going to summons his reflection, so to speak, Vajrakalaya. So Vajrakalaya is the wrathful manifestation of the compassionate nature of Guru Rinpoche. So then you don't worry about this prayer, but we'll do the short 4-line recitation or 5-line recitation in the collective sadhanas. But imagine that with the hands together, the deity now is summoning his counterpart or reflection. Vajrakalaya, Dorje Shuno, come and be present and remove all obstacles. I want you to, if you have your porba, also, you should bring your porba and put it in front of you. And you can think whatever obstacles that may have presented is right in front of you in the form of a small effigy, like a little small cake. And that cake represents all of the difficulties, etc., which you want to liberate. Dorje Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa Lama La Urgyen Samten Ling now has appeared, and then you say then we make a strong invocation to Bajukaliya. You please do what you said you would do. You made oath, so you have to fulfill that oath. Zombaru gele gele gela ya sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele gela ya sarwa binunde, zombaru gele gele gela ya sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele gela ya sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gela ya sarwa binunde, zombaru gele gele gela ya sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele gela ya sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gela ya sarwa binunde. And then if you don't know this mantra, then you can just still recite Uma Hum Bhadra Guru Bhama Siddhi Hum. Umbaru gele gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gela sarwa binunde. Zombaru gele gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele gela sarwa binunde. Zombaru gele gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gela sarwa binunde. Umbaru gele gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gela sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gela sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa, umbaru gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele 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 sarwa. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa, umbaru gele 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 sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele gele sarwa, zumbado gele 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 sarwa. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa binunde, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde. Zumbado gele 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 sarwa, umbaru gele gele sarwa binunde. Now, thank you. If you have Puja, if you don't have Puja, then just use Dorje in your right hand in the mudra to ward off negativity. And then if you have written down, or you can just think that there's an effigy in front of you written the various obstacles. Me, I just put disease of the mind, and then obstacles and hindrances and defilements, negative karma, negative thinking, fear and hope, whatever you wish you think now, you're going to bind it. Bind it, not negatively, but you're going to hold it in place so you can liberate it. So you make 3 circles around it as you go. Badra Kile Kile Kalaya Sarawabe, clockwise. Badra Kile Kalaya Sawabinunde. Badra Kile Kalaya Sawabinunde. Counterclockwise, change hands. Badra Kile Kalaya Sawabinunde. Badra Kile Kalaya Sarununde. Badra Kile Kalaya Sawabinunde. Then you make 2 liberating gestures with the right, like a stabbing or piercing. Piercing better. Badra Kilikalaya Sarununde. Badra Kilikalaya Sawabinunde. Change hands. Badra Kilikalaya Sawabinunde. Badra Kilikalaya Sawabinunde. Then this was called the sky mudra. You put in your hands and you go roll it from the right to the left. Badra Kilikalaya Sawabinunde. Badra Kilikalaya Sawabinunde. Badra Kilikalaya Sawabinunde. Then we'll just go directly to liberating. You touch and say, Om Badra Kilikalaya Sawabinunde. Liberation. Om Badra Kilikalaya Sawabinunde. Om Badra Kilikalaya Sawabinunde. And then to conclude, Om Badra Sata Samaya Manupalaya Badra Satu Denopa Dedu Mebuwa Sudugaya Mebuwa Subagaya Mebuwa Amaradu Mebuwa Sawasidi Mebraya Zaruga Muzutane Etum Sirum Guru Hum Ha Oh Bhagavan Sada Data Gata Badramane Muzo Vende Bhava Ma Samaya Babuwa Om Badra Sata Samaya Manupalaya Badra Satu Denopa Dedu Mebuwa Sudugaya Mebuwa Subagaya Mebuwa Amaradu Mebuwa Sawasidi Mebraya Zaruga Muzutane So now we do Dhammapalas, and then Guru Rinpoche again is the commander, the chief admiral, and tells the Dhammapalas, I made a pact oath with you. Now you must fulfill. It is the time of fulfilling the agreement or the oath. So we Namo Guru Be, Dhammapalas, Namo Guru Be. Om Sri Benza Heraka, really Hong Jo. Dene Belgian, Tubne Ramyam Gam, Tube Toje, Negun, Sodrotu, Damse Ye, Jeme Duse, Dren, Mese Namga, Zorgi, Kulu, Dese Ramyam Gam. So for those who may not have this or don't know, again, you can continue just doing Om Ahum, Garu Tamasidi Hum. Everything is contained in that. But now we should thank Rahula, Igezade, and Dorje Lekpa, this main Dhammapalas of our tradition. They have a symbol and say, okay, what do you want us to do? We want you to remove all the negativity. We want you to transform the coronavirus into flower petals. And flower petals fall upon all sentient beings and bless them instead of disease. Om Shri Goa Ose Dorje Tawa Sazona Toje Goja Toge Rodo Chepa Toge Goje Om Mahagala Dumba Dato Ige Zade Modo Modo Nana Zepapa Dede Namazo Malo Loda Chepa Deje Chudra Toma Deshe La Paje Then you can imagine the great bridge builder, Dorje Central, or all of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have amassed in front of you, and they are bestowing the blessings of long life and auspiciousness. So we will have everything we need in this coming year to fulfill our purpose of being of benefit to all sentient beings. Sri 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 Nyamwa Nyamye Donyu Jeju Zeba Megon Dola Jemedu Dadon Mone Toma Bejesa Bema June Jendo Lovaya Tadon Yarbo Sarda Lumame Soba Debzo Gajen Majeso Genje La Genje Me No Do Oh Mama Venezuela Guru Bema Doria Muno Dana Ando Side Sri Om Mama Venezuela Dari Guru Bema Doria Duna Dana Dana Side Om Mama Venezuela Dari Guru Bema Doria Duna Ando Side So if you have this prayer to avert, then bring that down. And if not, then You can just recite again. Oma Hum Badaguru Bama Siddhi Hum Oma Hum Badaguru Bama Siddhi Hum. Nega Don Do Bo Jan De Ko Ba Ye Don Do Na Don Do Bo Zo Wa Zo. Shan Shan De Me Do Wa Ne Nam Do Te Den Go Zon Do Wa Me Go Ji. Shi Zha Ze Me Dru Be Za Zha Shen Ge Zhe Chen La Lu Ma Zhen Be De. Tarzo Nange Dorje Ne Ge Ba Te Den Gon Zon Do Wa Me Go Ji. Shi Da Zhen Zhe Zu Nam Zhe Ba Da Ne Ge Don Zon Do Ba Zha Be De. Yin Je Ba Dan Do Be Ren Zon Ge Dron Zon Go La Ne Ba Me Go Ji. Ne Ba Zon Re Don Ga Je Zu Dan Do Bo Do Ra Zon Ye Du Zu Dan. Zedga Zedze Nan La Zu Ba Yi Guru Chen Go Na Zu Wa Ne Go Ji. Lu Me Da Wa Ma La Tu Be Be Chen Zhen Tu Be Dong Je De Ne Ba. Ma Lo Chen Zhen Du Da Den Ba Da Tu Re Me De Gu Je Den Ba Zu. Lama Zong Zhe Zeng Ye Tu Je Dan Han Ro Tun Zhong Tu Me Ne Du Dan. Lodra no ma me be don da ge no ma mo na tuze to paso. May all the disease that disturb the minds of sentient beings and which results from karma and incidental conditions such as the harms of demons, illness, and elemental spirits never occur throughout the realms of this world. May the suffering due to life-threatening diseases, which like a butcher leading an animal to the slaughter, severs the body from the mind in a mere instant, never occur throughout the realms of this world. May all embodied beings remain unharmed by acute and chronic infectious diseases, the mere name of which can inspire the same terror as would be felt in the jaws of Yama, Lord of Death. May the 80,000 classes of obstructing spirits, the 360 evil spirits that cause sudden harm, the 424 types of diseases, and so forth, never cause harm to any embodied being. May whatever suffering arises due to disturbances in the four elements, depriving the body and mind of every pleasure, be totally pacified, and may the body and mind have radiance and power, and be endowed with long life, good health, and well-being. By the compassion of the gurus and the three jewels, the power of the dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, and the power of truth of the infallibility of karma and its results, may these dedications and prayers be fulfilled. Badrusata Samaya, Manopalaya, Badrusatu Denapa, Dedo Meboa, Sudogaya Meboa, Subogaya Meboa, Anaratu Meboa, Sawa City Mebrea, Zaragama Zutume, Zitum Situm Guru Home. Oh, Bhagavan. Saradadaga, the Badru Manimuzo, and the Bava Maha Samaya, Satu. Dusu Sange Guru Rinpoche, Guru Ganda Duva Jambosha, Bajikunsa Dudu Dubosa, Zoba Dusu Jente Latuso. Chiganza Webade Shiva Dan, Samba Luge, Juba Jente. And then let our mind rest for about 5 minutes. Just rest in simplicity. Like the Lopa says, relax right now, rest. Om, om, om. Ah, ah, ah. Remain in stillness as you breathe out. Bring the hands into the gesture of impartiality. Then perhaps we can truly embody that quality of equanimity. And as we said earlier, yes, loving kindness and compassion for the benefit of all sentient beings. But don't forget the quality of joyousness. Awaken joyousness in seeing, joyousness in hearing. Like when you hear the laughter of children, or the sound of your pet that greets you when you come into the room. The joyousness of smelling some wonderful food and taste, and the joyousness of feeling comfort throughout your body. And the joyousness, most of all, I think, peace of mind. May you all be blessed with peace of mind. May you all be joyous and have the flower of loving kindness and compassion deeply rooted that spring forth like the fragrance and the beauty of the radiant petals of that flower for all to see. And may you be like that sun resting upon the Portuguese sea, and be like waves coming into the shore, nourishing and blessing all sentient beings. Yoga-san, he sent me this picture and I looked at it and I go, oh, this is Dharma teaching. The Dharma teaching is bathed in every moment for us to apprehend. Breathing out, bring the hands together. Urgyen Lama Juju ne Doba Nunyo Nyanyo Pa Dene Shila Second red one what and was and up to Baden Noa Malo Duane Ten reds and what and do Gato Jebe Gato Pato Den Sude and La Rangur Tenjenge Chitan Dorje Kunzo Tumada Medo Ganzen Dode Dojeta Maten Doje Torga Guchi Luberga Nega Zoten Doje Gambo Ganzo Malone Mode Jebe Meze Ganzo Raden Lajen Jundo Tajenta Jenso the Senge and Zenge Popular Dilega Dodona de Magi, Temper Repented to Banams and the Jungle Zendunian, Tremble Meze Google Gaga, the Donam Gazo to let good. So now there you don't get a pine, something, don't get it, but Trubai, the Bezola Juva. So Shamba Zamba Bora Dunda Denda Kundo Zumbo Danya Teshete, Daja Kunje Duzan Dunda Jerga Dunda Turgo. Then hold up your doji and imagine this is a light for all sentient beings to see. May they all be blessed. May they all have peace and harmony. Namge Tato Taye Zenjen Nama Be Zengu Dungu Dungu De Bama Juju Zenjen Maluba Zenjen Dume Zula Zen Baden Lume Gunze Tamba Dangu Yu Wadi Yu Wai Daju Malu Zentun Dundune Dundu Zenge Zula Juba Jodembe Bagula Meje Beden Zenge Buzet and you like Dembe no Nano Daju Bagi Demba Yuring the Beda Shiju Tu Denze Beden Jedan Jemba Zeru Den Beda Daji Meden Zumela Meden Bazi de Bazi Rudu Zungu Meze Guji Chenzo Zunjo Rumbo Mage Banam Ge Guji Kebanam Bame Baye Gune Gundu Babuzo Gazok Daye Don Wait on Doju Goyen Doju Shenbe Shin Doju Namdrave Baben Megan Zuden Tumbarum Datashi Dabeshu. Taya Taunga de Gadi Paragade, Parazunga de Botisua, Taya Tamunga de Gadi Paragade, Parazunga de Botisua, Taya Tamunga de Gadi Paragade, Parazunga de Botisua. As I say to myself and have difficulty following, let go of what is past, let go of what may come, let go of what is happening now. Don't try to figure anything out. And don't try to make anything happen. Relax right now. And then I say, rest. Is it possible I could have 3 minutes, Masterman? Oh, thank you. We know next Thursday is New Year's Eve, I believe. And we normally would have a session at 7 o'clock. I don't know, would it be possible to move that session to 10 o'clock? No, maybe 10:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. And instead of making noise and gyrating and jumping around, 10 minutes before the new year and 10 minutes into the new year, we sit in the unadorned state of emptiness conjoined with clarity and bring the year in that way. And I know you may have parties and family and gatherings already gathered, and I'm not even sure how we can switch the Zoom time. I'll call Masterman, he'll let me know. If that is not workable, then we'll go at our regular time and just do some practice at the 7 o'clock hour on New Year's Eve. But in many places around the Buddhist world, practices are being done in all spiritual traditions to usher in this new year and to let go of 2020, which has been quite a teaching and blessing and challenge, we all know. But I thought we would do this practice, and also we would include a soak in that. So you would make, and we'll go through this tomorrow also, we'd make 4 salt plates, one for all the gurus and the lineages, etc. Then you make one for all of our teachers. You make one for yourself, and you make one for the remainder. So they're already made. So the first one is offered, the second one is offered, the third one is for you, and the fourth one is to the remainder for those who could not attend because they do not have the refuge or vows, etc. So a tsog and with a drink we would offer. Then we'd also focus predominantly on doing Vajrakaliya practice to alleviate all the negativities and to bring about the quality of auspiciousness for the new year. So I don't know if that would be permissible, and if we can change the time. Is it possible to change that time? Master Men says yes. So of those that I can see, would you want to do that? Would you do that with me? Yes. Okay, then this will be our New Year's celebration. Then get sog and make a nice table, and then we will make celebration like that. Okay. Then everyone, please have a fantastic day. Renew your dreams and embrace life with joyousness, because it just like that, boom, gone. Oh. So seize every moment with joy. I'm talking to me too. So have a wonderful afternoon. Maybe you take a walk in the sun, watch the clouds, see the trees and the leaves, and feel the ground as you go. I think it's time.